Greetings and blessings, and welcome to the end of 2025 here with One Love Center for Spiritual Living. I am Reverend Rodney Giddens, and so glad to be with you either here at the end of 2025 or whenever you check out this broadcast. We're here to finish up the series What If for 2025, leading into What If for 2026. And we've been, of course, using the acronyms WHAT, W for wholeness, H for harmony, and A for absolute. And today we're working with T for trust. All right, so we're going to just begin first with a little tune just to liven us up a little bit. And then we're going to move into what it's all about. Welcome to What If.
I am one with the light that breathes all things into being. The light I saw was never far, never far. It lives here in the stillness of my soul. I remember now, heaven is not a place apart, but a presence revealed.
Yes.
Love speaks through my thoughts, moves through my
What we're talking about.
hands, and walks as my very life.
As it is in heaven,
Is in heaven,
so it is in me.
is in me.
And what if that is the absolute truth? As it is in heaven, so it is in me. And that's what we are always about here at One Love Center for Spiritual Living. Always about, hey, how is it showing up in life for me? And just in case, I am going to plug in for the sound. Okay, so again, glad that everyone can be aboard. And yes, here it is. We are about the adventure of the inner spiritual power. And that is our inner foundation. That's the if. It's not so much of a question, it's a place of being, it's a way of being, operating from that inner foundation. That is our inner spiritual power. Yes. And just as it is in heaven, so it is in me. So we're going to jump right in to what this is all about. And so we are discussing that I trust without reservation. So I welcome wonder. That is for 2026. That's for every day of our lives. If you think about it just for a moment, what if is both sacred question and a spiritual doorway. It stands for whole, harmonious, absolute truth. It invites us to wonder. What if I already live from wholeness? What if harmony is my nature? And what if absolute is my source? And what if I trust this truth? So we've been exploring each week the dimension of this infinite truth, of this it. What is it? Is the infinite truth. And we embody it in our daily lives. And so this day we abide in T for trust. Trust is the next ingredient on the pathways to inner transformation. Again, another it. And that is it is always the source. Okay, what name you put on it, maybe it's God or Allah or Buddha or something, whatever name doesn't matter. You can call it, and it is the infinite truth, that which is the same yesterday, today, and forever. So this is our exploration. Again, this is our adventure. We are on an adventure, and I'm so glad that you are here to join us. So let's look at what's next. We're going to use some quotes. Hopefully, you can read that. Hopefully, it's not too small. I'll read it. So, for this ending of the year, the first quote is faith is taking the first step even when you don't see the whole staircase. Martin Luther King Jr. And the good doctor was reminding us about trust. And faith is all about trust. And you don't need much, right? The size of a mustard seed, that much faith. And with that much faith, you have a whole lot of trust. And the next quote is let your faith be bigger than your fear. Unknown author of that. However, think about that. Let your faith be bigger than your fear. And it actually reminds me of a question that came up many years ago. I heard, how big is your God? Is your God bigger than any problem? If not, then you got to check, then get you a God that can handle any problem. And we find out that in reality, to God, there are no problems. To the Creator, which has created everything out of its own self, how could there be a problem? So the Creator could not recognize anything as a problem. If there is a problem, it's us not being able to deal with the reality of whatever is before us. So we can create issues or problems or circumstances or situations based on our lack of understanding, our lack of awareness, our lack of knowledge, which is only temporary. Right? There's always a remedy for it. There's a solution, and I like to say there's a solution. We have to go within. And again, it's that inner journey. It's that inner going to the inner foundation of the truth of who we are, and that dissipates issues or any power that we may have placed with circumstances and situations or problem people. Once we go within and come from that place of peace and wholeness and harmony, uh, resting in the absolute and trusting. That's the what. So what is the question and the answer? And so when you trust the universe reveals itself. That's by Rumi. And yes, it's deep. And we have to trust that which is well beyond our physical awareness, our physical sight, or five senses. Trust the universe, and then we can have it all revealed to us. That I like to say also that God operates on a need to know basis. We'll see what we need to see when we need to see it. Boy, is that trust or what? All right. So coming up next, another quote, and it says, the universe is full of magical things waiting for our wits to grow sharper by Eden Philpotts. And I think that's really important. And especially at this time of the end of the year, the new year coming, we've got to believe in magic to some degree. We have to believe in the invisible becoming real. We have to be able to trust that just because we don't see it doesn't mean it's true, doesn't mean it can't happen. And so, yeah, full of magical things, patiently waiting for our wits to grow sharper. And our wit is like wisdom, it is for our trust, for our greater understanding, our greater awareness. It says, expect miracles, the next quote. They are natural expressions of the infinite. That's by Ernest Holmes, the founder of religious science, science of mind and spirit. And our organization now is called Centers for Spiritual Living. And yeah, expect a miracle. Natural expressions of the infinite. Miracles are happening all the time, whether you see it or not, whether you believe it or not. What we call miracles basically are just that, things that we previously did not believe could exist, yet they do. And they exist especially when we believe that they do. That way they get to work for us. And the next quote says, and now we welcome the new year full of things that have never been, by Rainer Maria Wilke. And yeah, full of things that have never been. The universe is always creating more of itself. The creator doesn't just stop at one thing, otherwise, most of us wouldn't even be here. The creator is always creating more and never less of itself. It's like the belief in it may be proven on some level scientifically that the universe is expanding, not just this galaxy, the Big Bang theory, not just neighboring galaxies, but all of this universe and maybe any other universe. It's expanding outward because it's always going to be more. And who knows? There may be different life forms on this very planet that have not been witnessed yet. Doesn't mean they don't exist. And so if we relate it to our lives, what good has yet to show up in our lives? We bind ourselves to a calendar year, different cultures, different societies have different calendars. Who's to say which one is right? You can go by astrology, you can go by astronomy, you can go by so many different ways. Religions doesn't matter. There is a cycle. We are well aware of that, and things do happen within that cycle. And so, how often awesome it is to know that yeah, we get to go around. It doesn't mean do over. It's a upward spiraling action of the action of the creator and the laws of physics and metaphysics, and especially that which we have no comprehension, yet it exists and it works, whether we know it or not, or like it or not, even if we do know it. And so let's move on. We have some more quotes, and well, actually, we have some affirmations. And before we get to these affirmations, I just want to point out that it is important for us to recognize that what we're reflecting, what we're talking about, is about this sacred threshold, 1 foot in what has been 1 foot into what is becoming, not just the end of the calendar year. It's a point, a pause point, like a breath between chapters. That's what this what if journey is about. It's about being in the moment, one power, one invitation. We've been talking about trust, not blind trust, not naive trust, spiritual trust. Again, even if you don't see the whole path, I trust the ground beneath my feet. And it's all about being aware of who and what we are trusting. It's not the absence of fear. Trust is not that. It's trusting in the presence of certainty that allows you to release the old without bitterness, to release the new without trying to control it. And here's the truth: we don't cross into new year by certainty, we cross by faithful willingness. And so, yeah, we ask the question, what if I trusted life more than I trusted fear? Okay, there is the unknown. We don't know what's around the corner. We don't know what's down the block, or a mile ahead or a day ahead. Yes, we can plan, we can vision, We can use visioning. We can we can do our best to speak our word for what it is that we desire and put a lot of our faith and belief and trust and energy into that. And still, we get to release. We get to release trying to control the outcome. There's another question we may want to ask. What if I trusted spirit more than I trusted my past? Hmm. How many of us are still treating our past as though it is the source of our present and future? What's gone is gone. What's done is done. That's one good thing about having a New Year's celebration. We can celebrate all that has transpired in our lives and be prepared to move on, to move forward and upward, which is really truly important. You know, we don't have to trust those past experiences thinking that that's all there is to life. What if I trusted what's unfolding knows more than my worry does? You know how sometimes we put more stock into worry, more faith into, oh my God, what's going to happen? And then don't have an answer for it. Uh, well, a lot of times it's a negative answer, not in our best interest. Uh, but whoever it's up to us to be trusting at every threshold, every step of the way, that there is something good and even better than we can imagine. And yeah, sure, New Year's Eve has a way of bringing all that together because people are very willing to let it go at that point. You know, what worked, what didn't work, what we're proud of, what still aches, what still hurts, what seems to, I don't know if it's going to work, you know, the doubt and the fear, we can let it go. Okay. And listen, you know, yes, we have this Western world New Year, and then there's the, you know, Chinese New Year, you know, and different, as I mentioned, different cultures have different New Years, and you can use any one of them or all of them. And I like to say is also, I like to say a lot of things, is that today is a good day to start again. You can have a happy New Year every day and start your year with any day, you know, and that's what it is about trust. It doesn't ask us to deny any of the things that didn't work or did work. You know, it's about moving forward, moving on. Trust is just saying you don't have to carry it all forward. You know, some things are complete as is. You know, lessons have done their job. It's like a book without a sequel. That's it. You know, when you trust, you're allowing yourself to put down the burden without guilt. It's done. Let it go. Remember the saying: don't cry over spilled milk. You know, so put the guilt away, and that might be the most spiritual act of all. Is not blaming and feeling guilty. You know, trust in the divine meaning of trust. I mean, spiritually speaking, trust is alignment. It's that inner yes that says, oh, I am held, I am guided. You know, it's allowing ourselves to be in alignment with the creator, with the divine. And because of that, you know that you can say to yourself, I am not alone in this becoming. Trust is remembering that life itself is intelligent. And that same presence that brought you this far has not suddenly forgotten to carry you forward. You did not survive the last year by accident. You did not grow by chance. You did not heal randomly. Trust recognizes the pattern of grace that has always been at work. Always. Grace and ease. And so crossing this year with trust, you know, as the clock turns, as the year shifts, you know, we don't step forward with a clenched fist, you know, ready to fight. We step forward with an open hand. You know, trust says, I release what no longer serves. I welcome what supports my becoming. I trust the infinite flow moving through me now. It's not about, it's really not about trying to predict the future, and in that way, we're not really being open to trusting the divine. You know, Trying to predict the future is saying, I know more than the creator. I know more than God. It's about meeting the future with presence, being present to what is. Trust doesn't have promises like it's going to be easy. It But there is a promise of companionship. You are not alone. God is with you all the time. The creator that created you is in our very being. And so let's take this moment of trust. Take a breath with me. And just feel your feet. Feel around in this present moment and just breathe into the moment. Feel this moment holding you. And you can silently say to yourself, I trust the unfolding. Taking a breath, and say that again. I trust the unfolding. You can also say, I trust the wisdom within me. I trust the wisdom within me. And when we do that, we are being in the moment. We are being trustworthy, worthy of our own trust, worthy of believing that there is a divine plan for my life. And I trust that. I believe it. And I believe it in growing into the present moment, allowing that present moment to embrace. And so we allow ourselves the opportunity to go within and stay within. And we can let that be enough. You can say, I trust the love that goes before me, and let that be enough. Oh, that is trust. So let's go over these affirmations. I invite you to take a breath. It says, I welcome 2026 with joy, openness, and sacred curiosity. Take a breath. I am ready for newness, growth, and divine opportunities. And the next one, I step into the new year with clarity, courage, and wonder. Yes. So let us take those thoughts and go into meditation. I'll play a little music. It's only going to be about 5 minutes. And trust me, you'll benefit from it. You'll enjoy it. So just imagine that you're placing your concerns in a small golden bowl. I invite you to just breathe into that and just imagine that any concern, any doubt, any fear, any worry, anything that maybe doesn't even want the year to be over, not feeling complete, put them in a small golden bowl. And it's a small bowl because they're not big problems, they're imaginary problems. And just breathe in, and as you exhale, see a light descending and dissolving those concerns as though they were real, but they're not. And they dissolve easily as tissue paper in water. And just see that light engulfing all of that stuff in the bowl. And before you know it, it's gone, it's dissolved. And take a breath. And repeat slowly. I trust, I allow, I receive. And also, as you are still in a meditative mode, see a golden doorway glowing ahead of you. You've gotten rid of those concerns. See that doorway glowing, inviting ahead of you. You take a breath and you step through it. And you see yourself radiant, empowered, and expanded in the new year. And just breathe that, feel that, wear it, breathe it in. See yourself radiant, empowered, and expanded in the new year. Hmm. And just for a moment in the stillness, just allow yourself to let what if echo gently in your soul, because you are radiant, empowered, and expanded in the new year. What if I trusted? Hmm. What if I trust? And ask yourself also, what if I trusted life? What if I trusted love? What if I trusted that I am exactly where I need to be with every step I take for the next step to reveal itself? That kind of trust. And as we step into the new year together, may we do so anchored not in fear, but in trust. And let us take advantage of the opportunity for a mindfulness practice as we are already preparing ourselves for what if? What if I trust? We can surrender, have a surrender moment at any point when you're feeling overwhelmed or when it appears. Say to yourself, this too is unfolding for my good. Let your shoulders drop. Just feel that. Breathe into trust. This too is unfolding for my good. Yes. Trust walk. As you're walking, taking your steps, ask every day, where is Spirit guiding me right now? Take one step, even a small one, in that direction. Trust that Spirit is guiding you right now. is another practice. You want to be able to have a reminder for yourself as you're going to bed that can be fresh in your mind when you awaken. So before bed, place a hand on your heart and ask, what is absolutely true about me? And let the answer arise from your deeper knowing. Once each day, also pause and name something beautiful. And you say, this is wonder. And let awe open your awareness. Each day, pause and name something beautiful. You can start by looking in the mirror. Oh, I am seeing beauty. This is wonder. And let that awe open your awareness to the greater now to be. And so it is, and now it is. So, as we enter into the new year, and you can do this every day, because every day is a new year, a new day. You say, I am whole. I am whole. I am whole. Happy New Year. Happy New Day. Happy New Now. And so it is, and now it is. Thank you, beloveds. Thank you for joining me on this journey. We will be doing What If next year. We will be doing What If each week and focusing on a what if inner foundation, infinite faith. There will be lots of opportunity on next year's daily calendar to discover what's if in a positive and uplifting way. Peace and blessings, beloved. And feel free to share this at any time, not just for New Year's. I'm grateful and I bless each and every one. Peace. We're actually going to end with a song, As It Is in Heaven. And yes, this One Love Center for Spiritual Living song.
Free, unlimited, universal knowing. Heaven's got the funk. I am one with the life that breathes all things into being. Got me on my knees. Get up. The light I sought, baby, never fall. Never. Lives in the stillness, I'm a shining star. Yeah. As it is in heaven, so it is in heaven. So it is. Love speaks through my thoughts. Moves through my hands. Woo. Walks as my life, y'all. That's the master plan. In the rhythm of infinite flow. Indwelling faith got me in the know. I stand radiant, whole and free. Heaven ain't a place, it's funkified in me. Now it is, now it is, now it is. Can you feel it? Heaven's got the free, unlimited, universal knowing. Heaven's got the full. Get ready, y'all. About to funk up heaven. F-U-N-K. Free, unlimited, universal knowing. Heaven's got the funk. I am one with the life that breathes all things into being. got me on my knees. Get up. The light I sought, baby, never fall. Never. Lives in the stillness, I'm a shining star. Yeah. As it is in heaven, so it is in heaven. So it love speaks through my thoughts, moves through my hands, walks as my life, y'all. That's the master plan. In the rhythm of infinite flow, in well of faith, got me in the know. I stand radiant, radiant, whole and free. Heaven ain't a place, it's funkified in me. Now it is, now it is, now it is. Can you feel it? Heaven's got the free, unlimited, universal knowing. Heaven's got the full. Get ready, y'all. About to funk up heaven. F-U-N-K. Free, unlimited, universal knowing. Heaven's got the funk. I am one with the life that breathes all things into being. Got me on my knees. Get up. The light I sought, baby, never fall. Never. Lives in the stillness, I'm a shining star. Yeah. As it is in heaven, so it is in heaven. So it love speaks through my thoughts, moves through my hands, walks as my life, y'all. That's the master plan. In the rhythm of infinite flow, in well of faith, got me in the know. I stand radiant, radiant, whole and free. Heaven ain't a place, it's funkified in me. Now it is, now it is, now it is. Can you feel it? Heaven's got the free, unlimited, universal knowing. Heaven's got the full. Get ready, y'all.
Within you.
About to
Yes.
funk up heaven. F-U-N-K. Free, unlimited, universal.
Free, unlimited, universal knowledge right within you, right where you are. See you next time.